Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to fill out a waste label using the Quartzy site. So a lot of times when you're making up a waste label, you might not have the original bottle that has the original label on it, and so Quartzy is an easy place to go if you're looking for the SDS or the hazard information for that chemical. So I'll just kind of back out here. But as you can see, I just went to Quartzy. I'm in the inventory tab. I searched the chemical that we're going over, which is HCl or hydrochloric acid. And now I'm just going to click on one of these. And then this URL here for all chemicals should be the SDS. If you click on one and say there's no information there, looks like most of these are pretty good. You just want to click on another one, or you can just Google search it and sometimes it'll pop up. So if we click on that link, which I've done, it's going to take us to a page that looks like this. So this is the vendor's website, and then here it has the SDS for the chemical. And the section that we're really focusing on is the hazard identification section, and that's important for when filling this out, this waste label over here. You'll see that there's a hazard section down here, and that's typically the only thing that you might not know about the chemical. Like, you'll probably know the name, whether or not it's halogenated or non-halogenated, and whether or not it's organic or inorganic. If that's something you can't find, you can Google it. But really the most important information on this section is the name of the chemical and the approximate volume of the chemical. And then next to that is the hazards. That way you know how to handle it, and anyone else handling the waste bottle also knows how to handle it. So if we look over here, we say it's corrosive to metals, skin corrosive, serious eye damage, specific target organ toxicity. So we'd go over here and kind of look through these and say, okay, well, it said it was toxic and that it was corrosive. And so that is pretty much how you'd fill that information out. And it'll be different for all chemicals. Some chemicals will say they don't have any hazards, and for that you would just use this section here that says non-hazardous. But just be sure that whatever is listed on here is getting checked off properly over here. And then down at the bottom, the accumulation start date isn't something that you need to fill out. The person who's in control of waste will fill that out. The arrival at the facility will fill out. And the container number, again, is something that the person who's in charge of waste will fill out. So the only thing that you really need to fill out is lab of origin, your initials, and then the title of the experiment. These waste labels sometimes can be pretty small, so you might have to put your title like down here in this area. That's okay. Obviously, this is a really small line to write the title of an experiment in. Just try and fill out the information as best and as clearly as you can. The waste labels can be found in the stockroom, in the chemistry stockroom, and in the biology stockroom near the computers. If you have any questions about filling these out, go ahead and find someone to ask. But the number one thing is that this section here is filled out, the name of the chemical. So that's really important. Make sure that no matter what you're doing, you never leave bottles left unlabeled, and it's always a good rule of thumb to label the bottle before you pour or mix your chemicals in it. That way, if anything happens, we're not left with an unknown liquid. That's probably the number one thing we don't want happening in the labs when it comes to any sort of chemical storage.